So in this picture, we have a secant. The secant is a line that goes through the circle and continues on. And a tangent is the line that just touches the circle at one point. And you have a big arc that is created and a small arc that is created. And then you have this angle out in space, like for the satellite, to see what the satellite's going to cover, what kind of coverage it's going to get. Okay? So the rule for all of these is the big arc minus the small arc. Let me divided by 2, and let's mark this like angle C, equals angle C. Secants, right? And the rule is the same. Okay?
Two big arcs minus
The big arc minus the small arc divided by 2
so
equals that angle. All right? Now, on that second picture, since it's a tangent, the green guy goes all the way, the red guy goes all the way from the point of tangency to the point of tangency, and the green guy goes from there all the way around to the other side. So these two add up to 360. You understand that?
Yeah.
But that's not true for the other guys because you've got this arc here sticking out and this arc here sticking out. So it's not true for the other ones. But the picture has got to give you information that will allow you to find what you need to find.
Wait, what'd you
Let's say they gave me that this is 240 degrees. Let me put it in green. The green one is 240. I know that the red one is 120 because they have to add up to 360 on that one. That's the only one you can figure out. The other ones you got to look at the other context clues, okay? So this problem would be 240 minus 120 divided by 2. So it would be 60 degrees would be this angle right here. So in math, if you know what the rule is, you put things where they go, okay? And if what you don't know happens to be on the left side of the equation, then you just put it there. So if we look at number 4, we have this big circle, and we have a tangent coming off of this side, and we have a secant coming off of that side. Everybody see it?
Yeah.
And this is 90 degrees. I'm going to put an X here. They have that nasty question mark. And I'm going to put a 60 here. All right? So the rule that we've been talking about is the big arc, which is the X, minus the small arc, which is the 90, divided by 2 equals the 60. So your object is to leave the X alone. I'm going to circle the X. The first thing I do is multiply both sides by 2, right?
So 60 by 2.
Multiply both sides by 2. And we get that X minus 90, because these 2's bite the dust, equals 120. And then we add 90 to both sides. And it's going to be 210. So that's the big guy. Now you take 210 minus 90, and you get 120 divided by 2 is 60. So it worked. You can check your work. Number 3 has 2 tangents, right? Well, if you have 2 tangents and this part is 112, then this other part all the way from here to there is 360 minus 112, which is what, 248?
Yeah.
So now we can find the angle on number 3, because it would be, they want this guy here, it would be the big guy minus the small guy divided by 2, and you can put that in your calculator, equals the angle. When you're putting that in their calculator, either hit enter before you divide by 2 or put parentheses around it, but do not key it in without parentheses all at once. You're going to get all of them wrong, okay? The way I do it is I put 248 minus 112, hit enter, and then divide that by 2.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what I do. They want me to find X, so I go ahead and put X equals in the corner so I know what I'm looking for. Once I find X, I know I'm finished. Well, who's the big arc? minus the little guy divided by 2 equals the angle. Everybody understand how to set it up? When you see sums, in order not to make a stupid mistake, and what you're going to do on here is a stupid mistake if you don't do this, add parentheses to everybody. That's the first thing you're going to do. Add parentheses to everybody. Especially when the small arc has a sum. Okay? Now the rule's the same. You take 41x minus 9 minus the small guy in parentheses divided by 2 equals 8x plus 9. Anybody didn't understand that rule? I worry about this sign here because he belongs to this guy and this guy. So I'm going to rewrite it. 41x minus 9, those don't change. But then you change the signs of everybody inside that next parenthesis. And you divide it by 2 and equals 8x plus 9. So now we do the same thing we always do. Put a parenthesis here, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. These two bite the dust, and I can combine them. So what's 41 minus 18? So you got 23x minus 24 equals 16x plus 18. So when I subtract 16 from both sides, I get 7x minus 24 equals 18. And then I'm going to add the 24 and the 18. And I get 7x equals 42, which is a good sign because 7 goes into 42 evenly. And I get that x equals 6. But the question asked me for SK.
SU.
Oh, SU, because we're doing this one here. Okay, so U is up here and S is here. So they want this arc. So I'm going to take that 6 and plug it into this guy. It's 18 times 6 plus 15. So the answer is 123 degrees because we plug it in here. We get 108 plus 15, which is 123 degrees. That is the answer. If they'd asked you for X, you stop here. But they didn't ask you for X. They asked you for SU. SU is 2 letters, so you go the shortest distance between S and U. That means it's the 18x plus 15.